And what about your development of the commercial blight plan that you had? I noticed there's a building on Montpelier that's just been all spruced up, and I checked, and there are no plans to open it up or put a business there. They're just making it look nice to comply. So how is that going? Are the fines coming in? Is it helping with code enforcement? How would you say that progress is?
I think we've made great progress. We have more blight tax this year than we've had in the previous 3 years combined. I mean, we have more money coming in. But what we have noticed, and our code enforcement can verify this, when we give them addresses to look at, now we're starting to see some type of work done, whether it's painting, whether it's boarding up, whether it's cleaning up the property for overgrown or trees down or grass. They're making an effort now, but at the same time, they're paying additional taxes. People thought you could just go board a place up and you'll get out of having the place demolished or declared a violation of code enforcement. That can only work for a period of time. You can only board a house up for 1 year. So a house is not going to stay boarded up 3 or 4 years any longer. So we're starting to see some great results. We reached an agreement with the owner of the Baconsfield fiasco over there, and it's going to become something valuable. They've got financing available for it. I believe it's going to be some lofts there. We understand that the vacant building may be owned by the same owner of Thomason Road. It's going to be coming down very soon. They're waiting on permits from the Georgia Power and other utilities they have there. We understand that building is coming down. We've seen 3 or 4 other buildings that were completely removed. A couple in Bloomfield I know of, and one in Houston. And we have 2 or 3 on our blight list this time that will be taken down as well. So we've been very good success. Some people do try to work the system, but we got their attention because before they didn't do anything. And when you go by these places and you see some difference, it's better than the eyesore it had before. It may, I suspect, at least the one we're talking about, now that something's been done to it, I suspect they'll probably get an offer and maybe have a use for that. Because, if it's out of sight, out of mind, I've seen a lot of houses that have been covered up. But if you start seeing some type of activity, then you get some interest at spark to sell these homes. And certainly our commercial has done real well. We want to continue to double down on that. We've increased our code enforcement effort on that because it creates a lot of capital for Macon-Bibb County. And what we've heard from the surrounding businesses is working. So can we have some more of it? So we certainly are going to do that, and it helps to collect that money as we go as well.
I know you budgeted for, I believe, 5 extra code enforcement boots on the ground. Are they in place yet? I
think J.T. Richardson has hired at least 5 of those. We have about 4 or 5 that are post-certified as well in his department. So they can do other duties as well. So that's always a plus. And certainly you want to have, when you go into those situations in some of those neighborhoods where you have maybe squatters at homes or businesses, you want to make sure you have somebody that's well prepared. So I think the code enforcement will probably continue to grow. I could see us hiring more people there in the next budget cycle because we've learned it can be a very valuable tool, whether it's going in to inspect cameras at bars and nightclubs or convenience stores, whether it's perhaps monitoring the people who are soliciting funds on the side of the interstate, whether it's commercial blight or residential blight or keeping things in code, whether it's, we've got this tire ordinance and that we just recently discussed, and we've got an amnesty period coming up now. We're going to collect all these tires. Code enforcement is increasing their responsibilities, and it's going to be a very good tool to help probably curb the use and the need for as many officers that we have. So we are going to be able to develop some of those to lighten the load on the sheriff so we don't need quite as much deputies.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I do want to say something about the deputies, though, because people are always talking about that. We did this $40 million incentive for sheriffs over a 10-year period of time. We're using some efforts to retain the officers that we have.